Well, hello everyone and welcome. This is Donna, and today I wanted to bring to you a video about Jade Summer and their Grayscale books, which I absolutely love. And apparently some people have been saying that they're very intimidated by Grayscale, and I think maybe the sales of the Grayscale books have not been what Jade Summer had hoped. And Jade Summer knows how much we love their books and love their Grayscale. So they had asked a few of us to do a video just to kind of talk about their Grayscale with you guys, explain it to you, tell you why you should not be afraid and why it is wonderful and truly, in my opinion, maybe even superior to their non-Grayscale books. They have really been branching out and taking their books that are not Grayscale and turning them into Grayscale, which I absolutely adore the idea of. I actually only have 4 of their Grayscale books at this time. I haven't purchased any of the newer releases yet. I need to get that done. But yes, so I just wanted to show you guys this. Now, first of all, what is a Grayscale for those of you who do not know? Grayscale is very simply where shading is added to line art. It shows you where shadows should go into an image. There are different types of Grayscale, and you have lighter Grayscale, darker Grayscale. You'll see it referred to as Grayscale for beginners or advanced Grayscale. But at the end of the day, what Jade Summer does is honestly very unique from what I've seen, and I love it because it is so hard. It's really almost impossible to go wrong with the Jade Summer Grayscale. So we're just going to talk about that a little bit, and I'm going to show you the books that I have, and then I'm going to color with you guys a little bit and show you. But this is the Mermaids Grayscale book, and with this book, as you see, this is like the first image in the book. I turned to my repeat images because I don't think I've colored any in the back of the book yet, so I thought maybe I could show you these. But as you see, this is identical to their line art, except it comes in and puts in all of these shadows in here, and it just shows you where the darker areas should be, the really light areas. It shows you where your light source is. You hear people talking about that so often in coloring that, well, I don't know where to put my light source. I can't figure out where the light source is. Well, with Grayscale, it answers that for you. You see where all of these super light spots are. That is where the light would be shining onto her, and the rest would kind of be in the shadows. So see, that's all there is to it. It shows you 1, where to shade, and 2, it kind of says, oh, look at me, here's the light source. Same thing on all of these beautiful images. There's absolutely nothing to be intimidated by. And what's really cool, in my opinion, about these is that you can, if you want to, you can go in with just 1 color, like 1 marker or pencil for her skin, and do everything that color, and it looks beautiful because all of the shading is already there. So there's no reason to go in and do any like crazy extra shading. But if you wanted to, you could use more than 1 and go in and do different colors to bring more of a pop into that, you know, with your pencils or whatnot. Or you could lay down a marker base and then do some of the shading where it shows you where to lay those shades down and do some of that just to give it a little something extra. But it's not necessary at all. And, you know, I'm not going page by page. I'm just kind of trying to give you guys a chance to look at some of these for those of you who maybe have not seen one of the Grayscale books. So it's really neat. This is a Chibi Girl Grayscale. This is book 1 and book 2 from Chibi Girls. So instead of having repeat images, you just have a solid book of book 1 and book 2. So you get 2 books in 1. Look for that with Jade Summer because that is a wonderful deal because, you know, you're getting a book for free, basically. I mean, the price may be a little higher on those books. I'm not sure. But still, it's great because, you know, a lot of us don't like to have the double images. Some of us do, some of us don't. So for those that don't, this is perfect because you do get all of those books. I have colored some in these, so I'm just, like I said, I'm just randomly flipping through. I don't know if we're going to land on a page that I've colored or not. And so this just gives you a little look. And honestly, I may have not colored in this book yet. I can't remember. I know I've colored in my Chibi Girls Grayscale book, but when they came out with the Chibi Girls 1 and 2 combined, I got that one as well. It almost felt like that may have been colored. Okay. All right, so that gives you a look at Chibi Girl. And again, as you see, it's just simply really light areas, super light, as if nothing was added, still white. That would be where your light source is. And then you have these other shaded areas. Okay, and this is the Kawaii Grayscale coloring book. And you see how, again, it's just shaded so beautifully for you. I did that one. And see, here's one that I did. And as you see, I mean, it's gorgeous. Look at this hair. You can see how the shading is in the hair. And this is just one marker that I went over the hair with. The same thing here with her little outfit. It's one solid color. The flowers, that is one marker. The sun or the moon, that's one marker. Now, I did go in with different shades of green in the leaves. So there's 2 markers in each one of those. And look at that. Here's another case of Donna just absolutely always forgets to color something. Oh, I only got half of my little leaf. I did this one. Did this girl here. I did that girl. All right. And the book continues. And this is what I'm going to just kind of lay some color down with you guys today with. But the book just keeps going and going. Here's one that I did. Beautiful. Okay, and then this is Light and Dark Fantasy. Again, this is 2 books in one. This is the Light Fantasy book and the Dark Fantasy book in one. So let's take a quick look. Dark Fantasy is in the back, Light Fantasy in the front. See all that beautiful shading done for you there? You just can't go wrong with that. It's awesome. I started this one. I haven't finished it. I can't remember why. Something happened. I had to go somewhere or something like that. Something came up and I had to stop. And by the time I came back, I was kind of like, I'm over that for now. It happens. Okay, so that's that. So like I said, really, 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 really cool. Really, 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 really simple. Nothing to be scared of at all. So I am going to work on this in the bind a little bit. I like to kind of break the binding. It helps me lay the page flat. And if you're careful, it's not going to tear your book like apart, but it just really helps it to lay flat. See how much better that is now? Because before it was like, oh. So I do try to do that. I'm getting a page to put behind because I am going to use markers today. I might show you guys a little bit of pencil on here also, because I know some of you like to color it with pencil, and I can't promise that'll be wonderfully done or anything because, well, you know, I'm really just now starting to get into using my pencils. Oops, sorry. I am going to move my coffee over here. I've got it in my favorite coffee cup. It is a Pioneer Woman coffee cup. I actually got these as a 3 set on clearance after Christmas 2 years back, I think. And they were like $7 for 3. Oh, yes. And it keeps my coffee warm almost all day. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, let me see. I'm going to do, I don't know if I want to pink her up that much. That's pretty pink. Oh, well, I'll try that. Okay, so the Ohuhu markers, I'm using the 200 set, and this is my set that I have not had a chance to separate all the markers out in yet. So it might take me a minute to find different colors. Sorry about that. I did think that I thought I grabbed my set that this is my backup set, and I keep grabbing it on accident. I'm going to actually have to figure out where my other set is that I've been coloring in, but let's get started. This might be a little too pink. This is actually 162. If it's too pink, it's just too pink. But I didn't want to use a super light color because I wanted you guys to really be able to see the magic, okay? Keep in mind when you color in Jade Summer, they do have the black pages on the back. So if you're using marker, when you first put that marker down, it's going to look darker when you put it down than it is when it dries. And that is because when you wet it with the alcohol ink, the black shows through for a little while until it dries. So that's the deal with that. Okay, so as you guys know, when you use alcohol marker, you need to work evenly and fairly quickly so it doesn't like dry. If it dries up, that's when you get those dreaded lines. So you just need to work evenly. If you have to, leave one area to color in another, make sure you come back like under this, under her eyebrows here. And just work on that. And I may flip over to the chisel because I would prefer to lay the color down a little faster than it's going down. So I will hopefully avoid any streaking evenly and quickly. And then this will dry here in just a little bit and we'll be able to see what we have. And I want to just do this with like a one marker or one pencil over an area because I really want you guys to see that it's so easy and you don't need, to worry as much about blending and all of those things. You can straight color with these books and not worry about that. I know a lot of you do enjoy straight coloring, but I've heard you and seen you say things like, well, I wish I could blend. I wish I could do these different things. Well, with these Jade Summer books, it looks like you've blended even when you didn't. So that's really cool. Or shaded, blended or shaded when you really didn't. Okay. Looks good. Let's do her chest area. The first grayscale I ever did was with a Jade Summer book. And it was Anne from over at A Colorful Life who had been coloring in some of the grayscale books. And this was right when I started my channel. And I had sent her an email and said, hey, Anne, I want to learn to do this. It looks really cool. It kind of looks easy. You say anybody can do it. I want to challenge you on that. And she said, okay, sure. So I purchased my Chibi Girls grayscale book. And then Anne and I did a collab where I myself and Anne both colored the same image. We didn't tell each other what colors we were using or anything. And I made a video, she made a video, and we both shared those videos and linked to it. So if you guys are interested, I'm going to leave a card for that video. So you can click on the card at the end of this video and go on over and watch that video where Anne and I did the collaboration with the Grayscale. It was in the very, very, very beginning of my channel, and I did enjoy it a lot. It was a lot of fun. But that was my introduction to Grayscale. And yes, I did agree with what Anne said, that it was super simple. So here I am today, pretty much doing the same type of video that she had done that kind of encouraged me to want to try it. Okay, I hope that didn't dry too much. I wanted to bring that camera down so you guys could see. I hope that doesn't streak. At least not too bad. Okay, I'm gonna get this other arm done. And we will have beautiful pink skin. It is a little more pink than I would have normally done. But like I said, I wanted you guys to really be able to see the Grayscale in that and what wonders you can work with that. There's only really one downside that I see, and that is you have to kind of be careful with your color choices, because if you choose a color that is too dark, you won't be able to see the Grayscale through the color, and therefore you lose the benefit of the Grayscale. So that's the only one thing that I found that you've kind of got to be cautious about. So maybe have a piece of paper over to the side that you can just kind of test just a little bit to make sure that it's going to be a-okay. All right, there we go. There is her skin. And as you can see, there is shading all here and around her face and in her neck. You have the shading here. It looks really pretty. And this is still in the process of drying. This will lighten up just like these other areas in just a minute. What you're seeing here is the black, like I told you about, coming through. So as that dries, see if I can help it dry a little faster. As that dries, it will pink right up. Okay, so let's look at some of the apples. She has apples in the apple tree. So let's look at that. Let me see. It's a pretty apple color I want to use. I'll use 14 for these apples. If I can find 14, here we go. And again, I'm going to, here we go, put you right up there. You just need to work evenly. To avoid some streaking. There. Pretty. Very, very pretty. I do know that these Jade Summer books, these grayscales, they do so well with markers because, markers are so bright and so vibrant that it's just perfect. If you normally use pencils and you kind of maybe want to try markers and get into markers, this is a super great way to do it because you can just practice laying down an even coat with the marker. And it would give you great practice with markers, and your work's going to look wonderful because it's going to have that shading done. So it works out. Okay. In and add it here. And I have never tried pencils on this grayscale, so I don't know. I do have my woodless pencils sitting here at my desk, so I could try it with a woodless pencil just to kind of see, because I could probably still go back over that with marker. I don't know. Maybe I'll do this one just so we can see. But you can't hold whatever happens against me or against Jade Summer because I've never tried it. So it would probably be user error, not Jade Summer error or anything like that. So, yep. I admit, I'm kind of curious. Perfect. I hope these are apples up underneath these apples because that sure is how I'm coloring it. All red. I don't know. Maybe I should have left part of that as like part of the basket showing through, but it would stand to reason that all these apples would be piled on top of each other. Okay. We're just going to say that the apples are all over here too, that this is one big fat apple. I don't think it is, but we just did that. Yes, we did. All right, so these are dry, and that's how pretty that came out. Do you see that? Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm not a huge crazy fan of these woodless pencils, but they are just kind of sitting right here at my desk. So that is what I'm looking at right now. Let's see. Okay. Yep. All right. So this is a Kohinoor Progresso Light Vermilion. This is a woodless pencil. There's no wood. It's all pigment. This shiny coating here is put over it just to protect it, but this is printed, it's pigment underneath this. So there's no wood or anything. So like I said, I'm not good. I've never done it over this grayscale, and I've not had a lot of luck with these woodless pencils. I am still just kind of playing around trying to figure them out, but we'll try to put some red on because I am kind of curious what happens. So I guess we just need to try it. All right, here we go. And one of the biggest reasons I'm not a huge fan of pencil is because it takes so stinking long, in my opinion, to use pencil because you need to layer and you see all the white showing through and all that, and I don't like that. So I'm just going to try to lay some color down, and then I'll try to maybe go over it with a blender pencil and hope for the best. Hope that it'll blend out and get down into those little grooves. So we'll just have our red left. Like I said, I'm not a big pencil person, so. Okay. I'm having a hard time getting any more color on there. I mean, I'm sure I could press down super hard, but it's like I said, these woodless pencils don't seem to like me very much anyway. Just do not. I've got a Koh-i-Noor blender here somewhere. Okay, here we go. Let me sharpen it up a little. It would make sense to probably just use the Koh-i-Noor blender since that's a Koh-i-Noor pencil. I think this blender actually came with my tritones. It's a, yes, it came with my tritone. So I assume it's okay to use it on another type of pencil. We're about to find out. Oh yeah, it's gonna work. I really kind of wanted to see, at least it's laying it down. See, it's kind of making the white that was showing through just kind of go away. And that's what a blending pencil does. And see, that's what keeps happening to me. My Koh-i-Noor ends, my tips keep breaking. They're not very strong tips. I mean, not the woodless pencils. They don't do that, but I'm having to be super careful with my tritones as well as my blender pencil, because that seems to be what's going on with these. Okay, so that did blend out fairly nicely. All right, and as you can see even the shading through that. So yeah, so this would work with pencils too, for sure. I don't know if I can lay marker down now over that. I sure would like to, because well, I want it to look the same as the others, but I did want to try that for you guys, and I have no idea what marker over pencil does. So I know pencil over marker, but I don't know about marker over pencil. We're finding out. Hopefully that doesn't smudge off, but it doesn't seem to like it quite as much. But boy, that did kind of make that apple shiny, didn't it? We'll see how it looks when that dries a little bit. Okay. All right, so let's work on her hair. I think that would be fun to do. What color do I want to do her hair? I think I'm going to do it 21. 21. Yep. It's this one. 21. Okay. Let me just go in here. Just lay the color down. There. And then we'll just continue that on through the rest of her hair. So I do hope that everyone's doing well and that they're having a fabulous weekend. The weekend has finally arrived. Much needed. It's been a long, crazy week for so many of us. I know I've talked to a lot of you who have said how insane this week has been for you. So I hope this weekend that you can find some relaxation. And some enjoyment. Do you guys have any weekend plans? I'm actually going to upload this. I am filming this on Saturday morning. So I am actually going to upload this as soon as it is finished and completed, as soon as the video is complete. So what are your plans this evening? This, I would say fall evening, but I'm here to tell you, here where I am in Georgia, yeah, we're having another hot spell. It's been in the 80s, so it does not feel very fall-like out there at all. It's like the summer is just determined to hold on. Here, anyway, I know some of you are freezing where you are. Some of you are having snow already. That's crazy. You know, here we don't get a lot of snow anyway. Every few years we may get a little something, something. But for the most part, no, which is nice. But generally, the weather has cooled off by now, at least somewhat. And we've had a couple little cool spells, but then it just seems to, summer just seems to creep right back up. It's pretty crazy. How's the weather where you guys are? Let me know. What kind of temperatures are you dealing with? Just leave me a comment. And let me know how your weekend's going in the comments and how what you plan to do the rest of the weekend. Are you having to work, or are you off? Are you coloring? Are you crafting, or are you doing something else? I think it's leaf raking season for a lot of you already. All the leaves here haven't really let go yet enough to need to rake, which is good. I thought that we were done having to cut grass for the year. We just had our grass cut a couple days ago, and I thought, ooh, that's probably it for the year. But then it heated up like this again, so it looks like we may have to cut grass one more time. Especially if we end up with any rain, because when our weather's warm and you add moisture from rain to that, this grass, I mean, it seems like it can grow a foot overnight. It's just crazy how fast it grows. You know, we normally cut our grass about every 2 weeks, but if we get a lot of rain before those 2 weeks, it's looking kind of bushy out there. Here we go. See? Just works so well. You just put your marker down and that's all there is to it. Or your pencils. I think on this type of paper, you would probably need to use some type of blending solution or blending sticks. Otherwise, you're going to really probably have to press down to get that those white marks to go away. But let me see. Okay. Making sure you guys are still in frame there. Okay. All right. Get this last little piece here. Is that hair down there? I think it is. She has really long hair. There. Okay. There's a lot of space to color. She has a lot of pretty locks. All right, let's go back up here. Okay. So, I mean, I hope you guys are seeing that there is nothing to this. I love Jade Summer Grayscale, and I think you should too. um, and this is why. Because if you just want you really want to color something, but you don't want to put a lot of, thought into it, and you just want to be able to enjoy the process. I think this is really neat because, like I said, you just grab a single pencil or a single marker and you just go to town, and all the shading and highlighting and all that kind of stuff is kind of done for you. The blending's done for you. All of it is just perfect, and it's perfectly smooth blending. Which I know is something we struggle to get. You're coloring, you're like, oh, this is how, this is driving me crazy. I need this blending to just blend together, seamless blending. And that's exactly what you get because, you just do one color and lay it down and it's done. I'm going to need to move this a little bit for you guys. I had to get to the end of that piece of hair before I could move it. Otherwise, it was going to dry up on me too fast. But yeah, this is almost like magic. There. Okay. The rest of this hair. I think it turns out to look so pretty too. It just, there's something about the Jade Summer Grayscale, and I've not been able to figure it out, but it's just so nice. It just goes down so nice. I can tell you what I kind of, the only other book I have, and if you guys have experienced Jade Summer Grayscale, so you know what I'm talking about, you tell me if you've experienced any other books like that. But the closest other that I can think of as far as the way the grayscale is probably Christine Karen. Her grayscale is so wonderful like this also. So I really like that. So if you like the Jade Summer Grayscale, you'd probably like the Christine Karen. If you like the Christine Karen, you'd probably like the Jade Summer Grayscale. And if you know of any others, let me know in the comments below, because I would be interested also. And hopefully you understand what I'm saying. Just the way the grayscale is like laid down, and it's just wonderful, because I have experienced some grayscale that you really do still need to use a lighter color and a little bit of darker color to go in, and it basically says, hey, here's where to lay, you know, the shadows and stuff, but it does kind of require a little more work. The Jade Summer does not, and the Christine Karen for the most part does not either. You know, you can just go in with one color and it looks phenomenal. Okay. All right. So there is this beauty's hair, and it's just perfect. You know, you see all the shading and everything in there. So I tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to keep working on this picture, and I'm going to go ahead and hush up and go ahead and color this on out. I'm going to speed up the rest of the coloring. Please hang around, and I'll give you my closing thoughts in just a few minutes. But you know, we're already at 42. I'm going to speed this up a little for you guys. So watch the magic happen, and I'll be back. Okay, so there we go. As you see, she looks beautiful. All the shading is done magically. What I did do is I put a lighter blue here and a darker blue here because I noticed there's a moon and a sun. So I thought maybe we needed to go like dark today. I wish I would have noticed that earlier in the picture, and I may have used like a darker greens here to like make it look darker on this side. That may have been a smart thing to do, opposed to this side, and I may go back and kind of try to work on that a little bit to make this side look more nighttime and that side look more daytime. But to be honest, I'm not sure how I would do it to split with her. So, I don't know, maybe not. But anyway, I hope what you took from this video is there is nothing to be afraid of with the Jade Summer Grayscale. It is so easy. It is amazing. It gives you your shading, your blending, your light sources. It just tells you, do it right here. Let's do this thing. Let's get it done. You know, you can sit down with one marker per color and, you know, one color per section. Put it down. It looks great. So when you're in a hurry, you want to color something, you want it to look great, this is the way to go if you just don't feel like sitting there and spending hours trying to shade and blend and things like that. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give me a big thumbs up. It really, really helps the channel. Hit that share button, share it on your social media platforms so other people can see the video and know that, hey, this is it. Down in the description below, I will link to a Jade Summer on Amazon, Jade Summer on their personal website as well. So there'll be links, easy links. Just click into that description. You'll have the links to go right on over and find these amazing things on jadesummer.com. You can always look through pictures that are located in the books before you purchase the book, so you don't have to do any kind of blind purchases and things like that, which I think is amazing. So yeah, thanks so much for showing up. I enjoyed this time together. I hope you did too. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button to be notified of all my future videos. And until next time, guys, peace, love, and happy coloring. Bye, guys.